What's going on, y'all? It's DG back with another video today. Going to be giving y'all a quick review on these bad boys right here. This is the brand new Curry brand Curry 12 in the USA colorway, so let's get right into it. Also, I will be giving away my pair of the Giannis Immortality 4. All you have to do to enter is like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram so I can contact you. Most of all, you have to leave a comment down below with your IG handle and your thoughts on this video. This is the pair that I will be doing a review on, but I will be giving it out to one of you, so make sure to enter. If there are enough entries, I may even give away my pair of triple black Kai 1s. In terms of the traction, guys, they are using Flow. The main difference that I found with these is that the finish on the outsole, the Flow itself, is a little bit more rough or coarse. I mentioned that because with the debut of Flow on the Under Armour Curry 8, it had a much more like shiny finish, much more smooth finish. Especially on the older Flow model, different types of quartz could not play in those shoes sometimes because the quartz were just not conducive to the flow. For these, I really did feel like it was a more consistent experience. Even the color is off-white, which we have seen before, but this is not glow in the dark. So in summary, the traction is very, very good. You may have to wipe, especially on dust, but in my experience, it was nothing but pretty much positive. I did find myself wiping, like I said, but after that, it was pretty much very consistent in my personal experience. Cushion is also pretty different in these. I feel like they added more density to the Flow, so it does feel like a little bit more comfortable. I wouldn't necessarily categorize this as like a bouncy setup. I don't think Flow is that, but it is responsive. It does give you a little bit of energy return compared, most recently to the Curry 11, which I felt like was very low to the ground. It kind of feels like there's more density in the heel and in the forefoot. And then in the middle, it kind of drops off a bit. I do feel like I like the Curry 4 Flowtro a lot. It is pretty comparable, and also the Anatomix Spawn Flowtros are really good in cushion as well. So these kind of rank up to those. You guys know Curry really likes his court feel, but I feel like with these, they added just a little bit more, which is a really nice surprise. It's low to the ground. You really feel like you can make your moves without any delay. It's just generally more comfortable in my opinion. If you're a big guy who weighs a lot, or something like that, you need a little bit more under your legs, this may not be the shoe for you. But for, the general person who's mostly a guard, I feel like most people are guards, then these will be adequate enough. And like I said, it has a little bit more, guys. They definitely did something with the Flow here. The fit is also one of my favorite things about the shoe. It is definitely true to size because the lockdown is also very good, especially in the heel. It has an external heel counter as well as just really good sculpting. I will say, in my opinion, I don't think it's the perfect fit because I feel like I would like the materials to be a little bit closer to the bottom or the top of my foot. I feel like there is some space in between the top of my foot and the materials. So I do feel a little bit of just empty space there. But as a wide and flat footer, I definitely recommend staying true to size in this shoe. You do have to break it in because at first my arches were a little bit killing me. So for all my wide and flat footers, you do need to break this shoe in, just spend some time. But for performance, I would definitely stay true to size. For me, I do put my Move insoles in here just because it's a little bit of a wider kind of insole, and it does provide me a little bit more support. But I don't think it's needed in this shoe, obviously. This has great support. It has a wide base, so you're not going to be rolling your ankle over. Then lastly, there is a midfoot plate in here, which does help with support underneath your foot. So I didn't really feel unstable in this shoe, and that's something that is consistent throughout Curry models. The materials in this shoe do get the job done, guys. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of them. It is something that we've seen, throughout Currys. The main thing that I will say is that the materials are lightweight. This is a very lightweight shoe, guys. When you're playing in this shoe, you don't feel bogged down at all. I just am a fan of premium materials. I know they did put some of it on the, toe and heel portions, but for me, I want a little bit, I don't know, maybe different colorways will do better for me for the materials. It does remind me of the KD14 a little bit with that felt kind of upper, but I do want more premium materials. But it does get the job done. I also think it would have been cool if they added a little bit more padding on the tongue. I know that would add weight and stuff like that, but I like padded tongues. This tongue is pretty thin. It is comfortable. It's not going to dig into your ankle, but for me personally, I like really padded tongues. So to sum it all up, guys, the pros of the shoe are definitely cushion. I feel like they put a little bit more density of the flow in the forefoot and in the heel. Again, as you can expect, it's not going to be like full-length Zoom Strobel on top of like Cushlon and stuff like that. But for these and the way that these are designed and played, I do feel like these are such a big improvement over the Curry 11. Again, it does remind me of the Spawn Floatro, the Anatomic Spawn Floatro, as well as the Curry 4 Floatro. Definitely the traction. You guys can see it's super hard jabs. I'm kind of like hurting my knees right now, but it does stick very well. You do have to wipe, especially on the worst courts for sure. This is still flow. I do feel like all traction patterns you have to wipe, but these like are very consistent. Although the fit is a pro, I think one con to the shoe is that it's not like hugging my foot completely. And I feel like the Curry 4 Floatro does that very well for me. So I feel like, again, there is some space in between the top of my foot, top of my toes, and the bottom of the, or like the material itself. But maybe that's just my foot shape and like my foot size. Other cons, I guess you can say about this shoe is that it's not too durable, guys. Not sure how well you guys can see that, but there is some fraying already on the outsole. This is just on indoor courts. This is not an outdoor shoe for sure. So like all flow models aren't outdoors, guys. So don't put these outdoors and expect that these will last long. I actually played in the Curry 8 outdoors because that released during lockdown, and those kind of like just shred it up really fast. The materials of this shoe also get dirty pretty fast, especially in this white USA colorway. So the materials also aren't too premium. They did add some premium touches to the shoe. But the Curry 4 Floatro, and that has like different types of materials on the upper per colorway, depends on the colorway. You know, like the Curry 4 Floatro Lilac was a very, in my opinion, a premium type of shoe. So I wish they put that, you know, more premium materials on the upper. That's just my personal, you know, preference. And then obviously you still have to wipe, in my personal opinion. This traction is very good. It's very, you know, honestly elite, especially on most, you know, average types of floors. But there are a lot of people who play on like really bad floors as well, where you do have to wipe, but I still think that this, you know, whatever they did to the flow, there is a little bit more consistency in my personal experience with the grip. As you guys know, I've been collecting Currys for a very long time. I have a huge collection. I played in every single flow model, every single non-flow model. Currys are such a, you know, he's my favorite player, and I really like am into his shoes. Like, I feel like I treat Currys like Jordan releases. If you know me, you know I've always been like that. Like, he's my favorite player. I'm very happy to say that this is probably up there with the Curry 4 Floatro in terms of my favorite flow model and my favorite Currys of all time. I still say the Curry 2 OGs are just top tier in my opinion. I will say that these are definitely just more comfortable. I do like how these look a lot compared to the 11, but I still, you know, I love how the Curry 4 looks. I love how the Curry 4 Floatro looks. So I do like the Curry 4 Floatro in terms of aesthetics a little bit better than these. $140 is a really good price point. This is so competitive on the market. And if this was like $160, I would understand because it is a great performer. But the fact that it's $140 is really good. Like, it really is surprising. The improvements that they made on this shoe with the price point, with the aesthetics, the fact that Curry went off in the Olympics in this shoe, or I guess the navy one and the white one, he wore it during the Olympics as well, make this a must cop in my opinion, especially if you're a Curry guy. And these are very enjoyable, even, you know, especially as a wide and flat footer, guys. These felt good, especially after breaking them in. So let me know what you guys think of the Curry brand Under Armour Curry 12. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, especially if you made it this far. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a blessed day. Peace. Lastly, I want to give a quick shout out to my guy, Chris, Nightwing2303 Wear Testers. The inspiration for this type of video is actually from him because we used to hoop together in the same run every week. He would show up early with his wife, and his wife would record him at a court performance testing a shoe. So that's kind of like where I got that idea. Come on, man. There's no way they would have won that game without him.